dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
We are seeing some pretty cold weather now, and it's not even winter yet. During this time, one community is sometimes forgotten, though, and that's the homeless community. WYMT's Vivica Grayson shares how one shelter in our area is preparing to help.
An unfortunate situation.
They don't have a home. Yeah, that's basically the only difference between the rest of the population and the homeless population.
Impacting not only individuals throughout our country, but families.
Some may have mental illness, and also some may have substance abuse disorder. However, that doesn't mean that everyone does.
The National Alliance to End Homelessness reporting more than 580,000 people experienced homelessness in January of 2020, with more than 4,000 in Kentucky.
Homelessness is much higher than what most people think. When we first opened the shelter, we had so many counties that I visited, they would say, we don't have any homelessness here. Well, guess what? We do. Our shelter stays full most of the time.
To help Eastern Kentuckians in need this upcoming winter, staff at the Haven House in Breathitt County have preparations in place.
We have a meal schedule, where people bring in hot meals every day. People are constantly donating coats and sweaters and boots and things like that. Without our community, it would be a challenge, but we have a wonderful community here in Eastern Kentucky that really takes good care of us and our clients.
As staff work to care for those who need assistance, while also encouraging people to be grateful and treat others with respect.
If you have food on your table, if you have a roof over your head and a warm place to sleep, you should be very, very thankful, because there are so many people who do not. And it's so easy to get there. And it happens to all economic classes.
Helping those in need this season. Vivica Grayson, WYMT Mountain News.
Brown also says 1 in 6 people in Kentucky are considered food insecure. She encourages people to donate to help those in need. To find out how you can do that, you can visit our website at WYMT.com. The detention center administrator at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center says 7 inmates overdosed this morning. Administrator Brian Hansford said 3 different incidents occurred just a couple of hours apart, all in the same cell. We're told 4 inmates returned to jail while 3 are still in the hospital. The inmates in the cell had been detoxed and were moved to a step-down cell, which is an isolated cell to keep any potential contraband from slipping by and getting into that facility. The man who is suspected of shooting and killing Big Stone Gap, Virginia police officer Michael Chandler was indicted by a grand jury today. 33-year-old Michael Donovan White is facing 13 charges, including aggravated murder, felony murder, and possession of a firearm, among many others. White's indictment says the aggravated murder charge alone calls for a mandatory minimum punishment of life in prison. In Wolfe County, a camper was found dead. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team received the call early yesterday. Someone told them a man was found unresponsive near Hanson's Point. Crews found the 25-year-old dead inside camping gear. His cause of death has not yet been released. A golden alert is out tonight in Powell County. The sheriff's office is looking for Ellis Rife. He's from Clay City. He was last seen on Fife Lick Road yesterday driving a 2005 maroon Saturn Relay. Deputies say Rife is 90 years old and has dementia and is on daily medication that he needs. They say he has property in Syersville and the Kite community of Knott County. If you see him, you should call police. A woman is arrested for criminal abuse, accused of beating a foster child. Deputies say Courtney Allen was taking care of a foster child that was in her mother's care because her mother had been in the hospital. Deputies say Allen left bruises and cuts on the child's face, as well as bruises on her chest, legs, and kidney area. This is out of Laurel County. She's charged with wanton endangerment and criminal abuse. With Thanksgiving in just 3 days, doctors want Kentuckians to be safe. Not only are we dealing with the pandemic, but also the time of year that flu cases typically increase. Doctors say that as the months get colder, we're more likely to see those flu numbers increase. Doctors say one thing to worry about is a holiday spike. Now, if you remember, our new COVID infection numbers seemed to plateau just before the holiday started last year, but after every holiday, it seems those numbers increase.
The part of this that's the issue is we're bringing people from across the state or people from across the country or maybe even across the world into our homes during these holiday times. And you're just increasing the risk of exposure because they have different exposures in their hometowns and where they're from.
While health experts expect to see a surge in cases following Thanksgiving, most hope the consequences will not be as bad because those vaccinated are more protected against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. The World Health Organization says it is very concerned about surging COVID cases in Europe. Governor Andy Beshear is cautioning that this serves as a reminder that the pandemic is not yet behind us. The past 3 days saw the highest reported number of COVID cases and positivity rate in weeks. Looking at this trend, the governor expressed specific concerns about the 2 weeks following the holiday.
Just because this is happening in Europe, well, first, it should cause us concern, but it doesn't mean it has to happen here. We have the tools to keep it from happening, to protect ourselves and one another.
Governor Beshear said demand is surging for monoclonal antibody treatment and the state has enough supply for now. He also cautioned that access to new COVID treatments are not yet available. Well, while we're getting closer to Thanksgiving, the WYMT weather team has been looking a little further ahead. The latest edition of the WYMT Winter Weather Outlook Special debuts tonight at 7 in place of Issues and Answers right here on WYMT. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has a sneak peek of what you'll see tonight. Evan?
Now, much of the eastern third of the nation forecast to be warmer than normal. Around here, that translates to a 40 to 50% chance of warmer than normal average temperatures as we head for the next 3 months. North of that, 33 to 40% chances. South of that along the Gulf Coast, an even higher chance, 50 to 60% chance to see warmer than normal temperatures over the next 3 months. Now, for this year, the pattern looks remarkably similar. We're still in that La Nina pattern, which means we're expecting to see wetter than normal conditions as we head over the next 3 months. The question then becomes, do we get more influence of the warm weather from the subtropical jet, or do we get more influence of cold weather from the polar jet?
Well, you'll have to tune in tonight at 7 to find out those answers and more right here on WYMT. And afterwards, you can join Evan and Brandon Robinson on a Facebook Live for more discussion on the WYMT Facebook page. That's right after the special airs tonight at 7:30. Well, against contrary belief, suicide rates do not increase throughout the holiday season, but valuing mental health is still important during this time. WYMT's Alyssa Williams talked to healthcare professionals about how the holidays can affect mental health and what we can do to combat it.
Many of us view the holiday season as a time for celebration, but for some individuals, this time of year can be difficult.
Right after Thanksgiving, right after Christmas, those time periods, they'll have a lot of people show up that's like, all right, I need a little something. I really got my slump because, I let myself get so low.
The holidays can heighten anxiety and depression for individuals, especially for those who don't have a strong support system.
We need to be mindful of people who are alone, and how can we just reach out to check on people, our neighbors, our friends.
From financial issues to grieving the loss of a loved one, the holidays can amplify these problems.
Be mindful that everybody may not be happy at this time of year, so do not judge someone if they don't want to come to a holiday gathering, or don't make fun of them that they're just not in the Christmas spirit.
If you notice that a loved one is showing signs of anxiety, depression, or any other mental health issue as the holidays draw near, don't be afraid to connect them with the mental health resources they need.
Be a friend. The best gift we can give to anyone this holiday season is to give the gift of understanding, the gift of compassion, and reach out to those who are having mental health challenges.
Sharing the importance of valuing mental health this holiday season. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
If you or a loved one is struggling with a mental health issue, you can contact your local health provider to be connected with a mental health representative. We will also have mental health resources on our website. The Kentucky Chamber of Commerce is partnering with Wild Health to bring free COVID-19 testing and vaccinations to workplaces across the state. The move is in reaction to the looming federal vaccine mandate on businesses with more than 100 employees. The chamber is offering the service for free, even as it publicly opposes the mandate. Companies interested can go to Wild Health's website.
Well, Turkey Day travel starting already. I'll have the latest on how things shake out for Thanksgiving on the way.
And the grandchildren of the legendary duo Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty reunited this past weekend. We'll have more on their visit.